So these are the 4 measures of risk. Four measures of risk. So to do our illustration, we are required to first calculate the expected return of each asset. So we have economic condition and probabilities. So this is illustration. Economic condition. We have boom, average, and recession. So we have boom, average, recession. Probability, we have 0.2, 0.6, 0.2. So probability 0.2, 0.6, 0.2. Always ensure that your probability adds to 1. And then share return, we have 40, 15, and 10. Let's say return A, we have 40, 15, and 10, and return B, we have 20, 25, and 15. So 20, 25, and 15. So the first requirement, we are required to get the expected return. So we take, so for expected return of A, you take 0.2, you multiply by 40, plus 0.6, you multiply by 15, then plus 0.2, multiply by 10. So 0.2 times 40 plus 0.6 times 15 plus 0.2 times 10. I'm getting expected return of 19. And then for return B, we take 0.2 times 20 plus 0.6 times 25 plus 0.2 times 15. We're getting 0.2 times 20 plus 0.6 times 25 plus 0.2 times 15. I'm getting expected return of 22. And the second requirement was using coefficient of variation, assess the risk level associated with investment. So before we get the coefficient of variation, we need to calculate the standard deviation. And to get the standard deviation, we need to calculate the variance. So let's start with the variance. So variance, we say it's the sum of return minus expected return squared multiplied by probability. So we have our economic condition here. We have boom, average, and recession. Return of A, we have 40, 15, and 10. You minus expected return of A was 19. Expected return square multiplied by B. 19. Then we square, multiply by probability, which is 0.2, 0.6, and 0.2. So 40 minus 19 squared multiplied by 0.2, I'm getting 88.2. Then 15 minus 19, you squared, you multiply by 0.6. I'm getting 9.6. And then we have 10 minus 19 squared multiplied by 0.2, 16.2. Then we get the sum plus 9.6 plus 88.2, 114. So this is the variance. To get the standard deviation, we take the square root. So square root answer, that is 10.68. Then for return B, we have the economic condition. We have the boom, average, and recession. So we have return B minus expected return, you squared, you get the probability. So return B, we have 20, 25, and 15. Expected return was 22. We square, then we multiply by probability, 0.6, 0.2. I hope we are together. In case of a question, just chat. 20 minus 22, you square, multiply 0.2. This is 0.8. Then 25 minus 22 squared, multiply 0.6. That is 5.4. Then 15 minus 22 squared. 15 minus 22 squared, multiply 0.2, I'm getting 9.8. So to get our variance is 9.8 plus 5.4 plus 0.8. This is 0.8 plus 5.4 plus 9.8. 16. Now to get our standard deviation, we get the square root of 16, which should be 4. So our question wanted us to get the coefficient of variation. So to get our coefficient of variation, it's the standard deviation you divide by expected return. So coefficient of variation of A, we'll take 10.68, you divide by expected return of A, which is 19. And to get coefficient variation of B, we take the standard deviation, which is 4. We divide by expected return of 22. So this is 10.68 divided by 19. I'm getting 0.56 times 100, that is 56.21%. And 4 divided by 22 times 100, I'm getting 18. Then the expected return of portfolio when you have 0.75 in A and 0.25 in B. So expected return, what's expected return of portfolio? So the portfolio, expected return of portfolio you just take the weight, that is the weight multiplied by the expected return of A plus the weight multiplied by expected return of B. So we have been told A is 0.75, multiply expected return of A was 19, plus 0.25, you multiply by expected return of 22. So 0.75 times 19 plus 0.25 times 22. So expected return of the portfolio is 19.75. So that is the covariance. Standard deviation of portfolio. To get the standard deviation of a portfolio, I'll write like this. We take weight of A squared. It is a big formula. Weight of A squared, standard deviation of A squared, plus weight of B squared, standard deviation of B squared, plus 2 times the weight of A, weight of B, coefficient of variation of A and B. But the standard deviation, it is not a standard deviation without the square root. So weight of A, we have been told is 0.75 squared times standard deviation of A. Did you get the standard deviation of A? So standard deviation of A is 10.68 squared. Someone to mute, please. And then weight of B, 0.25 squared times 4 squared plus 2 times weight of A, 0.75 times 0.25 times covariance. We got we didn't get the covariance of A and B. To get the covariance, this is not easy. So let me calculate the covariance down here. To get the covariance of A and B, it's the variance of A and variance of B. So that is the return of A minus expected return of A. Zoom is almost ending. Just a minute. Then you multiply by the return of B, you less expected return of B by the portfolio. So return of A, so that is 40, 15, and 10, you minus 19. Then return of B, it was 20, 25, and 15. Expected return was 22. Then you multiply by the probability 0.2, 0.6, 0.2. So this is 40 minus 19 times 20 minus 22. Answer, you multiply by 0.2. I'm getting negative 8.4. Then the second one is 15 minus 19 times 25 minus 22. Answer, you multiply by 0.6. Negative 7.2. Then we have 10 minus 19 times 15 minus 22. Answer, multiply by 0.2. I'm getting 12.6. Then you get the sum. 7.2 plus negative 8.4. My covariance is negative 3. That's what you input there, and then our big squared. So this one, if you're not sure about your BODMAS, you just put them, all of them, in the calculator at once. So 0.75 squared times 10.68 squared plus 0.25 squared times 4 squared plus 2 times 0.75 times 0.25 times negative 3. Then you get the square root answer. So standard deviation of portfolio, I'm getting 8.00. I think that was the requirement. Okay, sure will. So that is what you are required in this our illustration here. So we can look at an exam question. We can do like 2 or 3 to see if we have mastered the. Let me look for a question. Oops, what is happening? CPA. I want 2021 August. So you can do this sitting. It is August. That is the September 2021, question 3C. So the question reads, Theophilus Akumu has a capital of 1 million, which she intends to invest into securities, namely security A and security B. She plans to invest 200,000 in security A and 800,000 in security B. Once you see that, that one is telling you about the weights of the securities. The return of the two securities have the following characteristics depending on the state of the economy. We have state of the economy, we have recession, stable, and expansion. The probability, we have 40, 50, and 10. Then we have returns of security A and B. You are required to get the expected return of portfolio comprising of security A and security B. So we said expected return, you just take the probability times the returns So this is the August 2021 question 3C. So to get the question states what? Expected return. So we have the state of economy, recession, stable, and expansion. We have recession, stable and expansion, recession, stable, expansion. The probability we have 0.4, 0.5, 0.1, 0.4, 0.5, 0.1. That is the probability. And then return of security A, we have 18, 14, 12. $18, 14, 12. So to get the expected return, you just multiply. So 0.4 times 18, that is 7.2. Return times probability. 0.5 times 14, that is 7.0, and then 0.1 times 12, that is 1.2. Then you get the sum, plus 7 plus 7.2. So that is 15.4. For security B, we do the same. Recession, stable, and expansion. The probability we have 0.4, 0.5, 0.1, and then the returns of security we have 24, 22, 21. 24, 22, 21. So return by probability. 0.4 times 24, that is 9.6. 0.5 times 22, that is 11. 0.1 times 21, that is 2.1. 0.5 times 22. Okay. So 11 plus 2.1 plus 9.6. So that is 22.7. Our meeting is ending in less than 1 minute, so you just log in again and we start. So the next question is correlation coefficient. So to get a correlation, it is the covariance of A and B. We divide by standard deviation of A, standard deviation of B. So first we